Hey viewers, you've seen that most people are always stick to the mobile or video games. Do you know why they always stick to them? Spending some time in mobile or video games is not bad. It reduces stress and activate brain, but if we are stick to it without knowing what's the time, then it is bad. In this video let's discuss about it. Before that, you guys tell me this. How many times have you looked at your phone in the last hour? What about in the last 10 minutes? If you're like most, the answer is probably more than a few. For many of us, our phones have become an integral part of our day-to-day. Some people feel depressed, panicked, and helpless if their phone was lost or stolen, according to Psychology Today. This is because of our brain thoughts. And we can't talk about the brain without mentioning two of the main chemicals that make all this communication possible, dopamine and serotonin. They are essential neurotransmitters, which basically means they carry messages to different parts of the brain and body. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that makes you feel good. Our brains are designed to release dopamine when we do something that meets a survival need, like eating or having sex. Countless studies have shown that phone activity causes the release of dopamine in our brains, making us feel aroused, motivated, and happy. Dopamine has a lot of functions, but its main role wherever it goes is to stimulate movement, memory, rewards, pleasure, focus, and attention. Serotonin is dopamine's partner. It is another neurotransmitter wrapped up in mood, memory, sleep, and cognition. Dopamine is your motivation message, and serotonin is the sunshiny feeling you get when reflecting on what you have achieved. The release of serotonin increases your desire to do an activity because your memory gives you that burst of happiness. Knowing this, you can understand how video games and other technology grab a hold of our brains. But in those first few times of playing video games in mobile or PlayStations that makes you feel excited and happy. Hear dopamine playing its role. You play the game, dopamine motivates you and excites you. Then, later when you think of the game, serotonin zooms across your brain, reinforcing the connection that video game is happy, which in turn leads to an increased desire to play again to relive that feeling. Onward and round, you keep returning to the game to recapture that feeling. Now imagine having to play more and more often to get the same level of happiness, and everything, relationships, job, your health, fall by the wayside because you must play. That is the difference where too much video games outweighs the positive benefits and you enter the realm of true addiction. As you can tell, my opinion is moderation and limits around this type of technology. A little bit is good, but too much can have consequences. But each time you play a video game, dopamine releases, then your brain started to notice a pattern. Soon enough, your brain began to associate mobile phone or video games with dopamine. And since your brain naturally craves easy hits of dopamine, it started to crave your phone and games. When you perform a specific behavior over and over again that triggers a certain reward, the pattern becomes etched into your neural pathways. Soon enough, your brain begins to crave that reward regularly. And here's the thing about dopamine, it quickly metabolizes in your brain, leaving you wanting more and more, as soon as possible. So once the impact of the dopamine goes away, your brain will do whatever it takes to get that feeling back, as soon as it can. So I suggest you that, don't allow dopamine to control you. Be strong that you control the dopamine in good way. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more video updates.